Before your name, before your story, even before your thoughts, something in you was already here. So, who are you, really? Who am I is one of the most contemplated questions in spirituality. So let's explore what great teachers and science already knows, and let's see what it reveals about us. The book I Am That comes from real conversations from Nisargadatta Maharaj. He is a 20th century Indian teacher known for his straightforward, no-nonsense way of pointing people back to themselves with kind of a raw honesty and clarity. His core teaching is very simple. Stay with the sense of I am. The feeling of just being without adding anything to it. The I that we usually identify with, our name, personalities, memories, roles, these are all just constructed identity. They are not our true nature. When you rest in the pure sense of I am, you begin to see that awareness itself is the real self. Ramana Maharshi, he is another major figure in Advaita Vedanta. He taught the method of self-inquiry, also known as Atma Vichara. Advaita Vedanta basically means, it directly translates to not to. It's the idea that our true self is pure awareness, and that the awareness is not separate from anything. It's just one reality appearing as many. Maharishi's central question was, who am I? Now the purpose isn't to find an intellectual answer. It's to trace the sense of I back to its source. When you look for the I in meditation, you will discover that it's not a solid thing. It's a movement of the mind. What remains when that movement is quiet? That's pure awareness, the same thing that Nisargadatta pointed to. Alan Watts, who is a British philosopher, he helped bring Eastern wisdom to the West. He dove deep into Buddhism and Hinduism, and one of the greatest wisdom that he brought and he shared was that the self that we cling to is just an illusion. He explained Advaita Vedanta very simply. You're not a separate ego in a body. You are the universe experiencing itself. The I that we defend, it is just a story that we tell ourselves. It's always changing. Your thoughts, your memories, your moods, the roles that you play, they're never really constant. What doesn't change is the awareness behind it all. Alan Watts also said that awakening isn't about finding something outside of yourself or, becoming something completely different and new. Awakening is realizing that you were never separate to begin with. Let's dive into psychology and neuroscience. I'm actually an adjunct professor of psychology, and modern psychology doesn't really use self in the same way, but it does agree on one thing. The self that we think we are is constructed. It's shaped by memory, conditioning, culture, and survival patterns. Cognitive science shows that the brain creates a continuous narrative called the self model. It's useful for functioning, but it's not really the whole truth of who we are. Studies on the default mode network, or DMN, show that the brain constantly generates a sense of me. Meditation quiets this network, and people report a feeling of spaciousness, presence, I am without a story, unity or non-separation. This is actually remarkably similar to what sages have said for many years. Now, across all the sources, they agree on basically the same thing. The personal I is temporary and constructed. The deeper I, the one aware of thoughts, emotions, and identity, it is stable, silent, and ever-present. The question and meditation of who am I, it's not meant to give you a new identity. It's meant to dissolve the false one. So if all these traditions, they point to the same thing, that the personal I is constructed and the deeper I is awareness itself, then the real question becomes, can we experience this directly? That's what part 2 is about.